Do you like trains but don't have the room for a big model railroad? This short series of videos showcases one solution: build one or more small sections or modules designed to connect to others of a similar scale and gauge. Joined together, they make modular layouts in large spaces to run seriously long and fun trains. Most train shows offer spaces for clubs to set up their layouts for public viewing, and this year's Great American Train Show in Puyallup, Washington, USA was no exception. This is Burr Stewart, and this series of videos captures just a fraction of the amazing model railroad clubs that displayed there, and I hope you'll enjoy seeing them. There are 8 videos in all, and I've ordered them in acts, from smallest scale, N scale, to biggest, G and F and beyond. This video is Act 1, the Pacific Northwest Free-moN Club. If you want to see a particular modeling scale, look in the description below to find a link for the act of your choosing. Also, you may notice that I took these videos with 2 completely different qualities of camera. One is my handheld cell phone, and the other is a fancy Sony self-leveling camera. I encourage you to see if you can figure out which camera took which video. So, for now, sit back and enjoy these brilliant train layouts. Here we have something called Free-moN. Free-moN is the idea that you should have modules that can freely be changed to make up any kind of a show that you want. Now here you can see these modules are set up around in a C shape, and they terminate in a dead end because they didn't have a second one of these reverse loops, apparently. So we'll just follow this around and see what's there. This is a nice modern train. Can't complain about that. They even have weathered cars, and this is N scale. It's beautifully weathered cars. So the cool thing about Free-moN is that you can make these different curves and blend them all together. Look at that nice bridge. Got a train waiting to go across it. We don't know why. Here we have a speedometer. You may have seen me use that on my layout. Very nice for monitoring the speed. And this is just an open cornfield. But see, these are all individual modules that are linked together. And because of the fact that they all join in the very center of the module, you see the whole idea of Free-moN is you go from here to there, you go in the center, so all the modules will line up as long as you have, well, you don't have to have the same width. See, this is the idea. You still have a wonderful modular layout without having a problem with alignment. Always fun to see an overhead crane. Means some manufacturing's going on. And here's another example of how to have a center section with a yard where you can run things on and off the modular layout. This is what you call a Y because the tracks go out in what are called Y switches. The switches are curved in both directions. I don't know if you can see that, but that's an example of a Y switch. It looks like the letter Y, and he's putting cars on the track there so that they can run them out on the layout. Very nice. Rock work there, embankment. See, the idea is, see, here's a module that's just a photograph of scenery, like you would see from Google Earth. But the point is it gets the job done of making a longer and longer main line, so when you go to a show you can have really cool runs. Now here we have a nice little forest followed by a little farm with a co-op and some grain elevators. Very nice. For some reason the train down at the far end is stopped. Well, I guess I'll just go down there except I do want to see the stockyard. Look at that stockyard. This is N scale. Again, if I did that on my layout, it would take half the basement. In N scale, you can just pop it right in there and nobody knows. And look at this nice crane with a scrapyard. Very, very good. Well, you already know what's going to happen here, which is we're going to get to the end and run out of track. But you got to agree, this is a lot of fun. Model railroading, a whole bunch of modules, farms and cities, and aerial photographs in this case. And the most important thing is an end bumper so that you don't run off the cliff onto the floor. We don't want to do that. And here's a nice picture of what they're planning to build on this particular module. Big tilt-up building. That'll be fun to see. So that's the Free-moN module in N scale. Now there may be one in HO here, but we'll get to that later. Check the links in the description below for all of the other 7 videos in this series of 8 total. In the meantime, this is Burr Stewart wishing you much fun with trains, and I hope you enjoy all of this.